You would let him lick the goober off your fingers?
I said only if I was really high with him.
Hey, Snoop Dogg, D-O-double-G, come over here and lick my fingers. The movies of the 80s and 90s? Did you enjoy the search for the perfect rental on the new release wall? Were you nervous about late fees and forgetting to rewind? Then you are in the right place. Welcome to Mike and Anthony's Soda Pop Culture Club. Me, Mike, along with my co-host Antoine.
Party all the time, party all the time.
Oh my gosh. Bring our take on TV, movies, and all pop culture from the 80s, 90s, and beyond. And if you want all things Soda Pop Culture Club, go to sodapopcultureclub.com. There you can see our episode schedule. You can contact us and make movie suggestions. We also encourage you to become a subscriber or follow the podcast. And please share with your friends so they too can revel in the movies of the past. Additionally, it would be super awesome if you follow our Instagram at Mike and Anthony. Plus, don't forget to rate the show and leave us some comments. And one more thing, to celebrate 1 year of the podcast, we are going to run a contest. And whoever wins this contest gets a t-shirt from our new merch store, which you can get to by visiting our website and hitting the merch link. And then you can go buy one on your own. You don't have to win one. If you just want a fast pass, you can buy it. However, we are giving away one, up to 3 possibly. And it's easy. All you have to do is enter our contest. You do that by going to our website, making a movie suggestion, telling us why it's important to you. And whoever's movies we pick to do, those are the ones... suggestions we pick, those are the people who are going to get those t-shirts, and we're prepared to give up to 3 t-shirts away. So definitely go and do that. Plus, as a bonus, if you are capable or want to, I mean, you don't have to, we will let you be on the episode that you suggest. And Anthony has something he wants to say.
Yeah, anybody that gives me strong words of encouragement and a reason to keep doing the show, I will throw in a fanny pack.
Oh my gosh.
You can put your things in it.
Do you have one?
I do.
And how is it?
I don't have it. I got my wife one because she wanted one.
Oh, okay. So you have one there, but you don't get to enjoy it?
Oh, I can enjoy it if I want. I'm sure she'd let me wear it.
Okay. I just wondered. I just don't know because I figure you could maybe let people know how quality it is and how nice it looks, that type of thing.
Oh, it's fucking dope.
Okay, it's a dope fanny pack. Did you get which logo did you get? Did you get the show logo or did you get the vintage logo?
I did the vintage.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a dope logo. So everyone, if you want to be like him, or do his contest, he'll get you one because obviously
don't set it up like that.
Oh, don't be like you. Is that what you're saying?
If you're gonna do that, people aren't gonna want any of our shit.
Okay. Well, don't be like him, but if you want a fanny pack like him, enter his contest and give him his words of encouragement, whatever the hell that is, or just go and buy one. He says they're pretty cool looking. So,
they're great.
I think they are. I mean, I just haven't seen one IRL, in real life.
They're great. If you're a bodybuilder, you got something to put your anabolic steroids in. If you're diabetic. You got something to put your Oreos and your insulin in. So for a quick fix, if you're a junkie, you got something to put business cards for rehab centers in. It's something for everybody.
Yes. It's a vessel of many needs. It can fill many needs. So there we go. So, do you want to tell people what movie we're doing today?
I sure do. Well before Salt and Pepa, there was only one Shoop. Freddie Shoop, gym teacher turned English teacher, alongside such names as Kirstie Alley, Courtney Thorne Smith that you may know from Ally McBeal, or if you're really cool, Melrose Place, and a lot of vagina. This is 1987's Summer School.
Yes, a classic.
A lot of vagina.
Definitely a classic. Back in the day, I probably saw this movie too much because it played over and over again on HBO, I think.
It's a good one.
And, it's just one of those movies. Yeah, it's just one of those movies that they would play over and over again, probably because they thought us kids would think it's cool because it's a high school movie. And they were right. It was cool. At least I thought it was. I mean, and I'm not cool, so if I think it's cool, I don't know if that's bringing it down a notch.
Yeah, you just ruined that.
Maybe I shouldn't attach my coolness to it.
Oh, no. It's great. Anybody hasn't seen this movie, you gotta check it out. This is a good one.
What's it about? What can you give me a synopsis, or do you care?
I care. Jesus, shut up. Last day of school. Group of students find out they got to go to kid jail, aka summer school. Freddie Shoop is like, packed the bags. He's ready to go to Hawaii with Mom, and he gets caught in the parking lot. Last man standing. He is chosen to teach summer school, and if he doesn't get tenure.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the plot. That is the plot. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, there are a lot of other side things going on, but that's ultimately what this is about. That is it. So what I'll do is I'll bring us into the where you guess and make some guesses and stuff. Are you ready?
I'm ready to guess.
All right. All right. So I'm going to let you know right away. I'm not going to make you guess the budget. I would have made you squirm in your seat and try and figure out a number, but they didn't actually have it listed anywhere.
Oh, so it was made for free?
Yeah, or I'm guessing now. I'm just going to say, well, how about you guess the box office, because they do have a number on that, and then I'll let you help guess the budget from there.
All right, box office 87, 28 million.
Not one of the highest earning. Oh, hey, you're real close. For me, I was close. 36 million.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say based on who they have in the movie. What do you think? I'm going to guess. My guess is I think the budget's like 6 to 8 million on this.
Something like that. 10 or less.
Do you think it could be less?
I think it's 10 or less. I'm assuming less.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was reason. Like I said, it's reasonably popular, and a lot of people saw it.
It was, but like you're shooting in a classroom and on the beach. That's it. That's your location. You don't have a lot going into, and Kirstie Alley and Mark Harmon are like the two biggest names in the movie, but this was earlier on for them.
Kirstie Alley, this is a side note, one of the facts, it's her first movie role ever.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. I knew it was
like her first role, I believe. I thought it was one of my facts. Yeah. This is first major U.S. film role. That's okay. So they consider this a major, I guess. It's major, man.
It's a major award.
Let's get into it's a major award, man. Oh yes. Love that movie. The critic score. What do you think they scored this?
I love this movie. I'm just gonna assume the critics probably didn't give it a ton of love just because it's a teen comedy. There's not a ton to it. I mean, I think there's more to it than some of your teen movies, but I'm just gonna say I can't see something that like they hated it, but I don't see them loving it. So 63%.
Fuck you, you cheater!
No, it is not. Don't even tell me.
The moment I turn off the fucking camera.
No, is it really?
Right on the nose.
Is it really? Yes! I swear to God, I do not look at these. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
I am so good at this sometimes. I did not look. I swear to God.
But, they don't know that I turned off a camera for this recording, and I usually can watch you. And all of a sudden, now you get it right? Okay.
I'm telling you.
Just saying.
You have no idea.
From my point of view, you got to understand that's suspicious.
You have no idea. Like, all I ever do, like, I go to pull up the movie just to double check the year. And then I'm like, I have to make sure I'm like, don't scroll down past that. I just need to see the year it came out because I don't want to see anything else.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. That's
well,
awesome.
that's on the Rotten Tomatoes is where that's at. You wouldn't see it there. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes, you have to put that in so you find it.
Yeah, I don't scroll down anything. I don't want to see anything. I just want to see the year it came out to refresher.
I get it. So knowing the critic score, what do you think the audience was on this?
I'm gonna hope it was more than the critics, but again, I don't know if it's a lot more. But again, I like this movie so much. 77.
You are wrong. It's actually lower. It's 58.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
So
I wasn't cheating.
Maybe you did that one just so off just to make me.
No, if I was cheating, I would fucking just give you the number every time.
I'm not cheating, but I think it's 58. So, but I'm going to give you a positive review. Christopher Null of filmcritic.com. He says, if there was any justice in this world, we'd be seeing reruns of this on TNT every Sunday instead of endless repeats of 16 Candles and its ilk. Now, I don't know what to do with not seeing 16 Candles, but I do think this movie needs a little bit more love for what it is than those do. Now, your favorite critic, Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times, he's the negative review, of course.
Yep.
He says, a comedy so listless, leisurely, and unspirited that it was an act of the will for me to care about it, even while I was watching.
What a dick.
He just didn't like that movie. Just really didn't like it.
So basically, this movie has nothing to offer to him.
To him, it had nothing to offer, but I totally disagree. I totally do. I think even if you want to see, I think it's worth watching things even if you don't like them per se, because how can you have a conversation about it if you don't watch it? So that's why I always say with the critics, it's tough when they tell me that how they're not interested while they're watching it. That means they're not doing their job, and then they're not arguing with anybody else later about how bad or good it was, because you can't really argue if you don't care.
Well, they don't have to. So, they write a one-sided review, so they don't have to argue.
That's true. So, do you want to get into this? Do you want to do you this or me?
What do you want to do? I'll let you pick.
Well, I mean, you're so good at it, but
I'll do it. I'll do the first one.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you go. I'll go ahead and do the first one. Do you want
to do rock, paper, scissors?
No, I can't see you, fucker.
I know, you'll can't see me, but I'll fucking cheat at that.
What did you put down?
Laser.
Oh, well, I put up a steel plate you can't get through. Sorry.
You did not. You did paper. Okay. So, like I said, movie starts out. It's the last day of school, summer vacation. Freddie Shoop, played by Mark Harmon, he's getting ready to leave on vacation to Hawaii with his girlfriend, Pam, a.k.a. Missy, a.k.a. Mom, from Bill and Ted. Vice Principal Phil Gills, Robin Thomas, hands out paper slips informing several underachieving students that they must attend summer school for remedial English because they don't word so good. Including easily distracted Pam, Courtney Thorne-Smith, Nocturnal Larry, a male stripper, Ken Olent, football jock Kevin, Patrick Labiorto.
Say that.
Labiorto.
I can't even.
Labiorto. I'm going to say. Fuck it up.
Labiordio? Do you think it's Labiordio?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Pregnant teenage student Rhonda, played by the Scream Queen Shawnee Smith from Saw. Geeky Allen, Richard Stephen Horvitz. Dyslexic Denise, Kelly Jo Minter, another Scream Queen from Nightmare on Elm Street 5, People Under the Stairs, and such. Intimidating Jerome, Dwayne Davis. I suggest this time I pass. And 2 horror film obsessed underachievers. That would be Somebody Like Me, Dave, played by Gary Riley, and Francis, a.k.a. Chainsaw, Dean Cameron. After the teacher scheduled to teach the class, Mr. What is it? Diradorian, that was it. Carl Reiner wins the lottery on a scratch-off ticket, immediately quits work. Gil searches through the parking lot for an emergency replacement. Among all the teachers, they're all trying to speed out of the parking lot. But each one managed to evade him after finding out what he wants them to do. Finally managed to corner Shoop, blackmails him into taking the job or losing tenure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. There's some names in there. Labiordio and Diodorian. Who is played, by the way, Mr. Diodorian is played by Carl Reiner, who also is the director of this film. So,
and Patrick Laborito, that's close. Kevin the jock. He also was a jock in Heathers, I believe.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, that is him. And you're telling me about all these Scream Queen stuff. So when you say Scream Queen, that's like a person who was in a movie that was really good. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't know. I'm not a horror guy, so I don't know when you say that, what do you mean Scream Queen? So there you go. I'm that bad. Isn't that bad?
Yeah.
Don't be that way. Now, would you hang out at the beach they showed there? Come on, man. I mean, like you said, it's too close to the beach. But the one where he was hanging out, I'd be down with that.
You gotta wonder too.
Totally do that. And I like
how much is Shoop making as a gym teacher? Because he has a beach house.
That's what I had on here. Like that dude, he lives on Venice Beach, and like, what the fuck, man? I looked at property values once because I thought, I wonder how much it would cost to buy a house on Venice Beach.
Yeah.
To buy one that's larger than his right now would be like $10 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm guessing one his size would be 1/10 of that size. I'm guessing his house would be at least $1 million home now, which who knows?
Yeah.
Back then it probably was whatever the equivalent is, like $300,000. That's expensive.
I mean, I know it's California and you make more, but you're a gym teacher. You got your own place on the beach.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, unless it could be, hey, here we go. It's just like Friends. His grandmother left it to him, and it was rent controlled. Go fuck yourself. So anyways.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go. Maybe it was.
I hate Friends that much.
Maybe, fuck you. Maybe it was left in a will.
That's what I'm saying. That's how we'll explain it away so that we can see why these people live in this very high cost of living area, have a desirable apartment in Manhattan somehow,
Yeah.
But whatever. Fuck them. Fuck that show. Anyways.
Get off your soapbox.
I like it when they show the old school textbooks, like, the old big hard copies. Because that's when, because I don't know about you, but back in the day when you got those, you could see the lines of people who signed them.
Yeah.
And who had those classes before you. And, like, you'd see people I always thought that was funny.
Yeah. I love when they're...
see, like, oh, they took this class.
When they're turning them in, and Denise's, he pulls the whole thing open. It's like never been opened.
Oh, yeah.
Like bends it open with the spine.
Well...
Yeah, I know she's dyslexic.
We learned why, though.
Book's never been opened. That's funny.
Yeah, so, yeah. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing. Now, when Shoop is talking to his gym class at the end, what did he say they learned that year?
Teamwork, sportsmanship, what your friends look like naked in the shower.
and I love how he lets them, who better to grade, give you a grade than yourself? You know how you performed. Fill in your own grade.
How hard is it to flunk gym anyway?
I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean, you'd have to, like, just not.
You can't flunk gym unless you just don't go. If you don't show up, that's like the only way you can flunk.
Just not gym. You have to not gym. That's what it is. So, and then the dude winning all that money. That's really $50,000. I know is a lot more money in 1987. Right. I think it is.
Not to quit your job,
but not that much.
See, now but I don't think he quits his job. He just says no summer school.
Yeah, because he didn't need the money now to do it. But here's my thing. He's tenured probably as old as he is. I guess that's probably why he could say that and they couldn't fuck with him.
That's what I'm assuming.
Because he could just say, whatever, I'm tenured. Yeah. So maybe, but still, is that enough? I mean, I would still stay, and maybe even, you think how much more money you would have had doing the summer school. Which, I guess Shoop has that. He paid for a Hawaiian vacation. Like you said, how much money does this dude have?
I know, he's going to Hawaii.
He paid for fucking Hawaiian vacation. He lives on Venice Beach.
And he's going to Hawaii.
Nice car.
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Got a convertible.
It's Mark Harmon. He would have a good-looking girl. That dude probably back in the day was getting laid. But yeah, he has a nice car, everything, I just feel that dude, I don't know, something's up. Maybe he's really a drug dealer and we just didn't notice.
No, because he doesn't buy socks. So he saves the money he would use to purchase socks on his house. It all works out.
You're right. He doesn't wear socks. That's the big money saver. Now you gotta love. And I always say this. You gotta love how teachers' jobs were threatened. Even the gym, we always treat teachers so well in these movies. It's so awesome how well we treat him in these movies. Even he's a gym teacher. He's probably good at what he does, but he's obviously not equipped to teach English. But
yeah,
that guy's kind of forcing him to.
I ain't no teacher. See,
all right,
double negative.
See, yeah, he does. You know all the lines, man. Jeez.
I know.
Do you just want to say the whole movie? Like, do you want to just recite the whole movie and then we're done?
I could.
Go ahead.
I could if you want.
Yeah. No, I don't want you to. But I like how Gil says these aren't real students. They're unmotivated, irresponsible, and not too bright. That's awful. Like, these are people.
They'll relate to you.
You haven't found the right motivation. Yeah. You haven't found motivation. You haven't found a way to get through to them. I mean, it's like, it's so bad. But that just, that's just, when I was a kid, though, that was the system, to be honest. And I talked to this to my daughter about it and all this. I was like, if I was in your era, they tend to try to find ways to cater to your learning style a little bit better now.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't try to put everybody in one box and say, well, you have to do it this way. And if you don't, you're just a failure. That's just what's going to happen to you.
Or,
sorry.
And being serious, though, like, you think about it, this is like pre-ADD and, other things that are diagnosed now that, you know what I mean? That when you think about going to school as a kid, elementary, junior high, how many people probably had, some type of diagnosis like that? I'm sure I fucking did. That's why I'm stuck here with you.
I'm sure we all did. Yeah. So I say, sure, we all had. So that's why I said if I'd had a different environment where they brought you along more to you, I probably would have been a different student altogether. I'd have been better understood and probably would have performed better. And not because they made it easier for me, because they taught me the way I could learn.
Right.
That's the thing. How I like it. So, but I do love how his girlfriend just ditches him. I love it. I have to go by herself. He's like, it doesn't mean I don't go. It's like it makes him drive her to the airport too.
If I didn't love you, I wouldn't. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't ask you to drive me to the airport. Now, would I?
Yeah, so awful, man. That's a flex move on her part, man. Just like, oh, okay.
That's a Missy move.
I'm that hot.
That's a Missy move.
It's a very Missy move, but
yep.
But by the end of this movie, she's obviously out of the picture. Well, we don't know that. That's a whole problem that's going to come back on an airplane we don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
His shit was in that car too. She took his luggage. So whatever.
No, he dropped her off.
Unless he took it out before he got to the airport.
Yeah, he dropped her off at the airport.
Yeah, so maybe he didn't take his shit. Yeah, maybe he didn't let his shit go in there. So, all right. Are you ready for the next section? I'll read this one, I guess.
You didn't leave his shit because you don't pack in the same bag. You got your own bag of stuff. You don't pack together. Do you, when you travel with your wife and daughter, do you guys ever pack shit together?
No, I don't.
Okay, then. See, he's got his
Why?
stuff because he's not.
Okay.
His own luggage is in there. She's not taking that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I get it.
That's all.
Jeez, man, don't get all defensive about it.
I'm just saying it's a very simple concept.
All right.
That you can't grasp.
If you and I travel together, can I pack my unmentionables with your unmentionables?
I am not traveling with you.
Why wouldn't you? See, that's the thing. You've got to...
Okay, number one, for what you just asked me. Let's just put that out there.
That's not fair. You could say no. See, that's the problem. That tells me you would say yes. Just because I asked it doesn't mean you got to say yes.
I shouldn't even have to fucking say no because it shouldn't be a question.
Whatever. Be prepared. Be flexible. You know that? Be flexible.
I'm only flexible to a point.
I want to see that. What point do you make?
The point where you want to put your crusty underwear in my bag.
I didn't say crusty. They'd be clean. They'd be clean unmentionables. Come on, man.
Okay, just
weirdo are you?
Just faded washed skid marks, but not crusty ones.
Are you ready for the second section here? All right, I'll read this one unless you really want to.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, you go.
On his first day, Shoop meets Robin Bishop, played by Kirstie Alley, who is teaching history next door. Shoop falls for her, but she is already dating Gills. Shoop's first day is a disaster. The students are not taking class seriously, and Jerome goes to the bathroom and doesn't return. A beautiful Italian transfer student, Anna Maria, played by Fabiana Udenio.
A lot of vagina.
Udenio, a.k.a. a lot of vagina, yes, is transferred to the class in order for her to work on her English, catching the attention of Dave and Chainsaw. After some students inexplicably leave and the remaining ones attempt to leave as well, Shoop admits he has no idea how to teach them. Rather than studying, he and the students spend their first few days having fun, going to the beach, a theme park, and a petting zoo until Alan's grandma finds out and tells Gills.
Field trip central.
Okay.
So, since her name is Fabiana, can we just call her a lot of Fabiana?
Fabiana.
Yeah.
A lot of Fabiana. A lot of Fabiana. Sounds like a song. Like something it should be a song, like a very upbeat Italian song.
Or a lot of Fagiana. How about that?
Oh, that's
a lot of Fagiana.
Yeah, Fabiana's good. Now, I just want to say this. Kirstie Alley sees his students and all that, and this should show us how well we treat the worst of our students, because she's teaching honors students, right, who want to be there in the summer to learn more
because they want future,
and they're giving them him to teach the struggling students. We give them the worst teacher that they could get for their needs, and that's how we treated kids then. So that's what I think.
You got to back up though. They had a summer school teacher.
Yeah.
He ditched him after his won his scratch-off ticket. And then he went through the whole fucking parking lot of teachers until he had to settle on Shoop. So, just saying, Gills did make an effort, at least.
No, he didn't. Because if he made an effort, he would have had a backup plan just in case something happened to that person. You can't say, you're telling me that the school doesn't have a backup plan just in case there's a snow day, just in case they have too many snow days. They have backup plans for everything. And if summer school, some reason somebody gets sick or can't be there, I'm sure they have an alternate roster of people they have to call on who are probably better equipped than the guy they find in the parking lot who's trying to run because he's the worst equipped to do the job.
Well, goddamn. Read into it, why don't you?
I'm not reading into it. I'm seeing what they're showing me. Reading into it would be saying they're doing it because they do hate the kids. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
reading into it would be...
They definitely do.
Reading into it would be saying, oh, she's going to take his luggage with her to Hawaii.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You dum-dum.
Well, if they kept the luggage in the car and he took it out the way it was, that would have been the case. That's what I was thinking. But then I thought, wait a second. He drops her off, so he probably just sorts the bags.
It wouldn't be the case because they have separate cases. His suitcase and her suitcase.
Yeah, but I was just saying if he just was dumb enough to unpack everything or not take everything and just send it with her. But he's not. He obviously took his luggage out of the car. I get it, okay? I'm with you on the luggage thing.
Okay.
But we do give the worst teachers to do this. Okay. Now, Kirstie Alley, this is the hot version of Kirstie Alley. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
Back in the day.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, this was the hot version.
Yes.
This is the one. This is a good one.
That's a good one.
It's pretty hot. I just want to say that.
That's hot, Kirstie.
And, and Mark Harmon's a good-looking guy. It's like they said, let's who's two good-looking people that would not be believable as teachers? That's pretty. Although he was pretty good, I would say he's believable, and she was too. They're good actors, though, right?
I think she was totally believable as a teacher. I think he was totally believable as a gym teacher.
Because he's a real athlete. In real life, he played football for UCLA. He was a quarterback.
So that's why he's
one of the things I was going to say later. But
and if you don't get drafted, you become a gym teacher or a coach.
I would agree. Now, I thought we met all these characters in an interesting way when he does roll call. That's kind of the way we meet the characters, like by him just saying their names. Each one you kind of hear them and you see some personality, like definitely with Dave and Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Where do you take them? All that stuff. They do their whole little shtick. I don't know. Dave and Chainsaw, I don't know. They're just two dudes that are just
drunk.
I don't see, I liken them to us, but we don't do reviews per se. And I think we're a little bit more upscale than Dave and Chainsaw. What do you think?
On a good day, No, we're still not.
Oh man, jeez.
Yeah.
You're bringing me down the muck and the mire.
I'm just keeping it real.
Do you think Shoop hitting on her all the time is causing a hostile work environment?
Well, it would be today. I don't know in 1987. I don't like. See, that's a tough one.
Yeah, back then that was a new thing, new concept. They had made that movie with Michael Douglas and Demi Moore about sexual harassment. I don't know if you remember that. I forget what it was called. Disclosure. Yeah.
Seen it many times.
So I don't know if that was such a new concept. I don't know if that's such a new concept that.
I don't think. I mean,
you've seen that movie many times.
Yeah, it's a good one. He asks her out.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. See, because then you're like, she's dating the vice principal. Is that allowed?
That's what I was saying. So her dating Gills to me makes no sense because he's a douche,
right?
And I don't think she would date someone as dumb as Shoop, and she's sexy as fuck. So, like. I don't see her like dating those losers unless she has a self-esteem complex, like because they're kind of losers. Like he's a assistant principal who thinks he's hot shit, and Shoop is just he's got Peter Pan complex, right? He's just a kid who likes to teach sports stuff. That's it. That's it.
Not wear socks.
And not wear socks. I would say no socks at all. So yeah, I just don't understand. It's. I don't understand why she's dating Gills in the first place, but I guess they had to do that to make some sort of triangle tension in the movie so that he'd be trying to lure her away from him. I don't know what Gills has that she would want. Unless she's trying to sleep her way to the top. Maybe there's
money and job security. And he's extraordinarily tidy.
There's that.
Tall, dark, and tidy.
He's tenured. That's what it is. Now... Dave and Chainsaw, they're an interesting couple. I say couple, but they kind of are.
They're kind of a couple, yes.
That's weird how they are. But they work at that fucking film developer. How did they get that job the way they are? I don't understand why someone would hire both of them. Like, knowing that together, like, why would you hire a pair to work for you? Why wouldn't you? And
they don't know.
Individually, you know?
They just both got. It's like, how does two friends get to work at a movie theater in the summer? You both apply for the fucking job. I don't think they got interviewed simultaneously.
I don't know. I don't think they would do anything without being together. That's what it feels like to me. I guess you don't see it the way I do.
They share the same brain.
You're an idiot. Share their hive mind. They do everything together.
I am an idiot because we share the same brain.
Sometimes. Hey, that school, I just want to say, and you said it earlier, it's too close to the fucking beach. I think you said that. Or
how are you going to get any homework done? How can you concentrate?
I would not.
We would all be Pams.
Pam just sitting there fucking looking out the window like, and then she says, "Oh, it's women problems."
Yeah,
right. I mean, I get that, but it's like, and then David Chain's like, "No, she's going surfing, man."
Oh man, she's going surfing. I'm sure. Yeah, she's gonna go surf the wave. It just ain't the crimson one.
Yeah. Oh man, you know the fucking line. You could do this whole fucking movie.
No, that's from Clueless.
Oh man,
the crimson thing's from Clueless.
Oh no, yeah, man, you still remember it. I don't remember that. I don't remember who said that.
What? Cher said it. Mr. Hall. I was surfing the crimson wave. I had to haul ass to the ladies.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming you're referring to women's trouble, so I'll let that one slide. Thank you, Mr. Hall.
Yeah,
Miss Geist was right about you. Well, she said you're the only one in the school with any intelligence.
I know that. I just watched it. Okay, I know that. I saw it. I just don't recall it like you. I know once you start saying it, I can hear everything.
Sorry, any real intelligence. I correct myself.
Yeah. Did you like the field trips that they were taking?
Except for the petting zoo because of my allergies.
See, now I thought you would like that one just because of the scene that Dave and Chainsaw created for Anna Maria.
Oh no, that part was cool, but I would never have seen it because I'd be sneezing my ass off.
You would?
I would have been eking.
Even at that age, back then, did you not develop into your allergies, or did you always have them?
I always had them.
Oh, okay, because I developed into some of mine when I was younger. I didn't have as many. I didn't start getting them until I was older.
You know, like some people have them when they're born. I had them before I was fucking born. That's how bad I had them.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right.
That sucks.
I got my Flonase.
I'll say this
my Zyrtec. I'm good.
Do?
Flonase and Zyrtec.
Do every hour. Okay.
Great cocktail.
So when now when they get to the beach and Anna Maria gets undressed, I'll tell you, my back then I was 13. My 13-year-old self really liked that.
Yes.
Oh man, I do remember that. Yeah. Oh, nice. And who knew? I didn't even put the connection back later on that was a lot of vagina until we did this. Really.
Yeah.
I never even put that connection together. So I can tell you that was, who knew?
That's
who knew?
Mind blown.
But no, she was hot. Mind blown. A connection I didn't know it existed in my mind. So, but then of course the nerd or the geeky, pardon me, not nerd, the geeky kid, his grandma, because every other kid in his family is a straight A student, has to be nosy and be a killjoy and stop all the stuff. So that sucked. Because, that made the movie fun. But I guess we had to get to the point where we actually grow as characters. I mean, we can't just sit and do fun things all movie long and then go, oh, it's over. We're done.
Yeah, something's got to happen.
Shit's got to happen, man. Shit's got to happen. I mean, and I love this. I love this movie because shit happens. Are you going to read this next part, though? Yeah, you are. You're going to.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
you are.
Fine. So, after the field trip fiasco has been revealed, Gills threatens to fire Shoop unless his students pass the end-of-term test. Shoop negotiates promises to each teen to grant them a favor if they study. The kids agree, so Shoop gives Denise driving lessons, takes Rhonda to Lamaze classes, gives Kevin football lessons, lets Dave and Chainsaw, because they get 2 wishes, to throw a party at his house, and gives them rides to school. What was the other thing? Oh, the private screening of Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the classroom, yes.
Yeah.
Larry gets a bed, so you find out later Larry's a stripper. And he lets Pam move in with him because she needs a place to crash. So seeing he's still struggling as a teacher, Robin tells Shoop to make learning fun after spending time at his home teaching him to teach. Shoop begins to grow closer to the kids, father figure kind of thing. They study to pass their English basic skills exam, worried that Gills is going to fire Shoop unless all his students pass. And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, and what happens really, basically, because of the going out and doing all the field trips, he was going to be fired. But I have it on here. I kind of threw a Hail Mary and said, well, what if I get them all to pass, right? So he kind of threw a Hail Mary. He says, well, if I can get them all to pass, how about I keep my job? And he kind of had to, because he could have lost his job.
So he had to learn to teach.
So he had to learn to teach. And for some reason, I have Sit Down Francis here, but I think the reason I have it on there is because I was watching Stripes.
Why?
And if you remember, Sergeant Halka tells, what's his name? Sit down, Francis. And I forget his name. He wants to be called something else in that movie.
Oh, okay.
But he tells sit down. So that was in my brain. And I don't know why I wrote that.
Because he tells him that.
Francis.
Because he said, don't ever call me Francis. Call me Chainsaw. Dumbass.
Chainsaw. And then Stripes, the one guy, says the same thing. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. You're just like, I don't know why I wrote that down. Because it happened in the movie.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Hasta luego.
Oh, man, I'm horrible.
You are.
Mañana. The favors are, the favors thing, they negotiate it like a union agreement, because the geeky kid negotiates it. And I just thought they were mostly okay. Like, some of them were okay. The Lamaze classes, the football lessons, those seem reasonable, right? And teaching to drive even seems kind of reasonable. But Pam living with him and the party just, to me, seem over the edge on that.
Yeah, a little bit. High school,
because
your high school student living with you, I would say, is a little bit unnecessary.
Female high school student living with a single male teacher.
Sorry, hot.
Totally, and it's obvious what she was.
Hot female high school student.
Yeah, and she was totally, and obviously it was obviously what she was after. I mean, that whole weird scene with her it's just with her. Just everything is weird with her.
Convincing him
when she's and just the whole thing. Like she's obviously into him. But I will say when my favorite part. I don't know if you noticed these things. When he gets what's her name over to help him teach, right? To help him teaching him to teach.
Yes.
They're eating chocodiles. Do you know what chocodiles
are? You kidding me? I noticed that. Actually, hold on. I'm going to tell you something. Yes, I noticed that shit. But here's the thing. He asks her, he's eating apple pie, the whole damn pie. But here's what I find interesting. Yeah. She says, I'll stick with the chocodiles, even though the whole other time she's like eating celery and shit because she doesn't want to eat the crap he's eating. But she's eating chocodiles.
So it's her thing is the chocodiles.
So yes,
chocodiles are tasty, man. Chocolate dipped Twinkie, pretty much. That's
so, yes. Freddie Shoop's diet. He should not look the way he does with what he eats.
He must have that metabolism that some people have. I mean, you have it kinda. So there you go.
And then I'll tell you,
you don't.
What's he got? The whole apple pie he's eating with a spoon, and a juice box.
Yeah. Well, you got to be healthy. So, I did have a note about the housing, but we already talked about it, so I won't go again. But once again, he's eating this with her on a beachfront property on Venice Beach.
Yeah, there we go.
And she walks away down the beach, like on those sidewalks that are next to Venice Beach, like behind the houses.
Yeah.
You know that real estate is ridiculous. That's all I'm going to say. If you go look it up right now, I know you're not going to find anything
it's crazy
that you could afford ever.
Yeah, you call it the beach. He calls it the front yard.
Yeah. He calls it whatever. Yeah, front yard. That's the front yard. I would love that. I'd love to live there. I mean, I would love that. My wife always hated the fact that if we had tons of money, I'd want to live somewhere like that. I'm like, but why wouldn't you? I mean, get up and just go out and sit on the beach and just hang out all day and watch the waves.
Your wife also hates that if you had a ton of money, you'd want to just get high on the beach.
Yeah, which is probably, she doesn't understand that, but whatever, you know. She'll come up to me and be like, huh? Be on that beach.
What?
Tap me on the shoulder, and I'd be so baked I wouldn't know.
God.
What?
You'd be like, honey, can you give me some chocodiles?
I need some chocodiles.
I think there's some in the pantry.
And
whatever else is in there too.
Box.
Just bring it. Put it in the little red wagon and just bring it out here.
So we see the montage of all the favors, right? The football where he's teaching the dude to watch his hips, which is actually very good advice.
Yes, well,
when tackling,
he is a gym teacher.
And then the driver's training and her parking though. When she did the backing, and she just parks right up on the sidewalk, that was ridiculous.
Oh, I just love when
class.
I love when she pulls over because the car was coming.
Yeah, why'd you pull over? Because the car was coming. No, I think he'll miss us. Keep going. It's like I think we're fine. But yeah, the Lamaze class and then the party. I guess that was cool. I don't know where they got all the fireworks from, though, because I don't think in California you can buy fireworks anywhere because of all the fires. But back then you may have been able to.
I don't know. You've got your illegal stands here and there. Oh, I got to tell you, though.
Yeah, but
let me tell you something. We actually, for the kids, we just got a packet of fireworks and stuff. You know, like they sell it Walmart, wherever, with the sparklers and all the shit in it. Man.
Yeah.
New York firework packets, way different than Ohio firework packets. We got shit that like shoots sparks and shit. It shoots sparks and crap everywhere. It's like little mini fireworks.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't just like, it's not just sparklers and smoke bombs and snakes. They like actually shoot like shit out. It's like, holy crap.
Smoke bombs and snakes.
Yeah.
You did just describe Ohio firework
packet. I know. No, I described Joe Dirt, actually. But I like sparklers and snakes.
Yeah.
But no, it's like...
That's true.
There's shit shooting out. Like, holy crap, these are like kind of real fireworks. We were like, we need to bring some of these back.
That's pretty cool.
It is. We'll try to get some.
That is cool. You
need to see it.
Definitely. I do want to see it. I want you to bring it. At that party, Pam really wants to get it on with him, and she talks about that whole the grunion.
Yes.
Thousands of fish that travel miles in the sand. I mean, she really is laying it on thick. I mean, if I were him at that point, I'd say, I know I gave you that. You have to do something else.
Do you
get that hit? I don't know.
I think he gets it. He's trying to avoid it. But I think it's borderline, actually, now I think about it. There's some stuff. Do you remember the other movie with going to watch the Grunion Run?
I should. What is it?
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, yes. Because the one guy, he's the nerdy guy who wants to be her boyfriend. Yes.
The clown dog guy.
Yeah, the clown dog. Yeah, the clown dog guy. Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, see, I don't keep things as a database like that in my head. So.
Well, you're asking me. I don't know if you pay attention to stuff like Chocodiles, but
fuck you. Because there are times where I will say something and it won't be in your head because maybe that's just one of those things that slip past your goalie.
We'll see if that ever happens.
It was sad when the party ended because the dog, they threw the stick and the dog, and he's just too good at fetch.
Brings it back.
They threw he brings it back, and then party's over.
Destroy the couch and kill the fish.
Too awesome. Yeah. I love the dog. I love Wonder Mutt. Probably one of the best dog names ever in a movie, in my opinion. I like it better than Lassie. I like it better than Tintin. I like Wonder Mutt better than... I think it's probably my favorite dog's name in a movie, actually.
Wonder Mutt's pretty damn good.
Better than Benji. Better than Beethoven. I like that name
better than Beethoven.
I haven't... Yeah.
Is it better than
I can't think of another dog in movies.
Is it better than the Beast?
What?
The Beast?
You mean from Sandlot?
Yeah.
But he had a real name after that.
I know.
What's his real name?
Is it a better name than Cujo?
I would say
second best.
I like it better, but I would say Cujo now is like a term you would say a dog's going full Cujo or something. You know what I mean? Like, look, it's become more pop culture. It's a better pop culture name.
You can't even
Cujo.
You can't judge this. Your dog's named Bubbles.
I didn't name it, by the way.
It doesn't matter. It's part of your dog. You let that happen.
I know. I didn't let it happen. I let it happen because I didn't go with them the day they went and got it. I probably should have. But it's my bad. Because I didn't want to insert myself. I wanted them to pick that, But anyways, Bubbles is lovely. Don't dog on my dog.
Okay, what's the best cat name?
Don't dog on my dog. Oh, I don't have a cat name.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Garfield.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Oh, Mr. Bigglesworth? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I like that. I'll take it. Mr. Bigglesworth.
All right.
So, I'm going to read the next section. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Shoop is arrested when he covers for Chainsaw and Dave after they are found in possession of alcohol. He calls Robin and her and Gills bail him out of jail. Gills then inadvertently exposes his true self to Robin when he states he cares nothing for Shoop or his students, and she overhears him, causing her to storm off. Larry loses his stripper job when he is found out by his aunt and his mother, who are attending the club where he works. The students make more demands on Shoop, and he throws an English book against the chalkboard, and after stating his sacrifices to grant their favors, quits his job in anger. His students start feeling guilty about what they did and scare off Shoop's dull replacement with a series of gory stunts reminiscent of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They find Shoop moping on the beach and eating ice cream and ask him to return. All right.
I don't know if Shoop was he moping?
He was. He's kind of just, yeah, because I think they had lost the Wonder Mutt's little
Bob
head thing. Yeah, Bob lost Bob, and so I think they're both moping about that. But yeah, I was thinking he was more like relishing his newfound, freedom. Like in a way, he can do what he wants, type of thing. But I wouldn't have taken the fall for them. I mean, I understand he's trying to do what's best, trying to help the students out, but you don't help the students if you're in jail.
Well, he kept them out of jail.
You just don't do it. Yeah, he did. But my favorite part's when he's coming out.
Yeah.
And Kirstie Alley's character's like, "What's this?" And he's the earring he got in jail.
Made a new friend.
Made a new friend. Yeah.
Oh, I love it when he
make friends in jail.
I love when he gets into jail. Who wants gum?
Yeah. Who wants gum? Well, the first thing you gotta do is show you have negotiating chips, or things to negotiate with.
Yep. You don't have cigarettes, you got to use gum if you're in jail.
Now, later on, when he is with the dog and he's sharing that goober with Wonder Mutt, would you have done that?
No.
Would you do that with your dog?
No.
Was there any dog you would have ever done that with, or just never?
No. Snoop Dogg, maybe.
Okay, I just wonder. I don't.
Snoop Dogg, maybe, only if I was really high.
You would let him lick the goober off your fingers?
I said only if I was really high with him.
Hey, Snoop Dogg, D-O-double-G, come over here and lick my fingers. That's what I need, baby. Here's some goober for you. Oh, man. Hey, here's one for you. Why was Shoop at that strip club?
What do you mean, why?
Explain that to me.
Trying to pick up women. Why
was he there? Do you think that's why he was there?
Yes,
he was trying to pick up Kirstie.
Dude, listen. He was, first of all, okay? This is right after the goober scene, and he's talking to the dog about what they need. He needs a woman. That's what he decides. He's in heat. So he's going up, and his pickup line is to say he's with Playgirl magazine, trying to do an interview. That's how he's trying to pick up women there. Did you watch the movie?
I did. I didn't notice that. Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's so fucked up. He doesn't need that. Look at him.
No, but he goes up to the lady. He's like, "Excuse me, I'm here I'm doing an article for Playgirl magazine." She's like, "Back off, mister. This is ladies' night."
That's why I'm like, why is he there? Like, there's only male strippers. And then he finds out it's Larry.
Yeah, but
Larry was right when he tells him, I'm in my prime.
It's not because it's male strippers. He's going there because where do you go if you want to find a bunch of horny women? Hello?
I guess. Maybe wait outside. I don't know. In today's world, it might give off the different vibe. But I like Larry. He was right. He says, I'm in my prime and I'm working it, basically. That's what he says.
Yes.
And, Mark Harmon could have worked there. He's in good shape. Maybe he should have done that. He picked up plenty of women.
If you could go back, but you knew then what you know now. Well, I know.
Well, I know. Yeah, he does. But, that I wonder how much money he was making doing that. That's my question. Like, it had to be making a ton.
Yeah. I mean, he probably wasn't making like gym teacher money to get your own place on the beach. But he's probably doing pretty good.
But yeah, he's obviously you're not making Shoop money. No Shoop money. Oh, who makes that? Okay, so when we get, I like when we get to class and they're all having to say who they admire. I love how they're speaking. I know one of them talks about one of your people you probably admire, Rick Baker.
Yeah, very, 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 very much.
Do you admire him? Very, 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 very. Did you say that at the right amount of times? I didn't even.
No.
I didn't even look.
I think I missed it by 4.
Okay. All right. Very, 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 very much. And then I like, what's her name? It's like, so I don't have anybody I admire, so I'm going to do admire Elise. Andre. You know the words. What does she say about him?
You know why I can tell he's lying? His lips are moving.
His lips.
Is that what she said? Now I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. I can tell when Andre's lying. His lips are moving. Yeah, so you should remember that. See, I don't. You're talking to the wrong guy for that. You know that. You ask me, and I'll be like, fuck if I know.
He says he dumped me. He's definitely lying because I definitely dumped him.
Yeah, that I do know. Yeah. But no, that's funny. I love that. A couple things happen after that. Pam pushing harder to live with him, and that's when he finally is like, "No, you can't do this. Huh. You got to go home because it's just too far." Well, and
it was because she made dinner and she's like, "Hi, honey, how was your day?"
Yeah, she was playing house, is what I call that. Honey. Yeah.
You know what? And I gotta tell you,
that's great.
That scene. Here we go again. my thing with food and movies. Something happens. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. Just salad with French dressing. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. Anytime I see that, makes me want a salad with French dressing. Yeah.
I hate French dressing. So, okay.
Oh.
So,
you ate salad. Yeah. Shut up. You ate salad.
But no, she calls him honey and all that. And I'll get back to that in a second. But I do like when they get the cool dude sunglasses.
Yeah.
Because earlier he taught him how to write, taught him as a part of his class, he taught him how to write letters to people who maybe have given them a product that failed. And he did a pretty good job of teaching them because they wrote their letter and they got a whole case. And everybody got free sunglasses. I found that awesome.
You know what? Here's something funny. This is true too. I actually had an English teacher. So she wasn't a former gym teacher, but an English teacher tell us about letter writing and stuff in class and actually told us a story how she actually wrote to a company about her hand mixer and how it failed.
Yes.
And I don't think a mixer but the funny thing, so she got a new mixer and she was all proud of it. But at the same time in her letter, I don't think a mixer should fail after. It was like fucking 7 or 8 years or something she had it.
Oh, wow.
But she still got a new mixer. Yes, told us the story about that.
There you go. Hey, but this also gives us the insight into Denise because she's like, can you help me with mine? And she asked the geeky kid. And Ekin, yeah, I'm bad with that. But and then he's like, oh, and you know what? I'll say this. He did her a real good solid. He gave her, he took it to Shoop right away and said, I think there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
And, that's the one person in this movie who's done the right thing a couple times, other than him being the mob boss union negotiator guy.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's been pretty solid. His grandmother is the one who dropped the dime on him.
It's funny. The only favor,
things and everything. So.
The only favor he wanted was to be invited to the party.
Yeah, I just want to be invited to the party. We'll think about it. That's good enough. I love it, man. He gets her help. I mean, obviously he takes it to Kirstie Alley, and she obviously notices that she's dyslexic, which is strange because I was put on here that she drives though. So how does she still read the signs? I guess they're shapes. So with driving, you don't need those shapes and colors. So I guess that's okay. All that. But I do love the line he gives Kirstie Alley when he goes up to her. You need an intelligent, sensitive man. Who can skate. I love that. But, he gets her to get some help. And that's it. Think about how that probably is going to change that person's life. In this movie, it does go a little bit different than other movies do. It does go into that little bit deeper conversation, in my opinion. So, yeah. So now let's get back to Pam because I didn't want to go too far into this. So she plays house, like you said. Calls him honey, dinner for 3. Robin shows up and she obviously sees this very inappropriate thing happening. Like that should never happen. And then after that,
even though it was, it was innocent from Shoop's side.
And I think she knows that because she thinks he's dumb anyways. But Robin tells him, you got to break this off because it's going to be hard. And he does. And she's probably going to have emotional issues for the rest of her life now.
She's going to be Missy.
So it is what it is. Yeah.
She's actually going to be Missy from Bill and Ted.
There you go. I'm down with that. So what do you think of Larry getting found out? How he got found out? Being a stripper. Like it'd be kind of like you walking around the back of your mother-in-law's house and seeing him in the hot tub.
Yeah. Yep, that had to come back up.
Oh.
Now, but getting kissed with tongue by your aunt and getting $5 put down your G-string, no thank you.
And then they find out it's you. Oh man, that was not cool. That was not cool at all. But you know what? At least he's awake in class now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that. I mean, hopefully he got to save up some money and didn't waste it all on stupid stuff. And the charges being dropped on Shoop were kind of cool. They which didn't teach him a lesson though. He doesn't really learn anything when the charges are dropped. because they'll just because he's made so many mistakes. At some point he has to suffer consequences, and he really hasn't yet.
Why does he have to suffer consequences?
Because he's throwing parties for kids.
Yeah, but
he had one live with him.
The party, yes, but he's trying to do the right thing. He's just a little misguided with it.
Took them on field trips instead of teaching them English. Okay, there are things he did.
That's at the beginning, and then he changed. He changed, man.
And he did. His problem is that he opened Pandora's box. He negotiated with those students the first time, and so once they got to a place where they got what they wanted, it was like, okay, now we're going to renegotiate to keep stringing them along. That's the problem. You got to remember. You got to negotiate so that they don't get their things until the end of the deal is completed.
Yep.
So, but I would have walked out just like him. I would have walked out. That's all I'm saying. I would have, although he should have been fired before that, but he walked out. So it's all good. Now, a couple things. I always wanted to try this. The humming noise gag, in class. I always wanted to try that and see if that worked. Well, not right fucking now.
Oh.
I'm in a classroom setting.
Oh, okay.
I know you're humming if you're... that doesn't work.
I just can't take this. I am going to the library.
Yeah, that was great. And then the horror scene. Do you like that? Did you like the horror scene they set up?
Yeah, it was pretty well done for two kids. That shows they've got real talent.
Yeah.
They could be working on movie sets.
They do. They should at least be movie sets. They don't have to be on the big ones. But they might get better at their practical effects and then start working on A movies, That's what it's all about now. But yeah, I mean that was good. I thought that was probably your favorite scene in the movie. So but they want Shoop back, right?
Yes.
But I don't understand why, they would want him back. Why would they care unless they really want to learn? But then from his side of things...
Dude, you don't even think, do you?
I do.
They want him back because he is the only teacher that has ever actually shown to give a shit about any of them.
Yeah, but...
there's no but. That's why.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. But they want him back, but all they do is shit on him. So why would they want someone back they shit on all the time, and they squandered all their trust with him? That's what I'm saying.
Because now they've
squandered along the way.
Now they realize what they've done once he walked out.
And they helped them lose Wondermutt's toy. That's what I talked about that earlier. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Wow.
Get rid of them.
Wow.
Hey, sorry, man. That's how I feel.
Shit, you're an asshole.
That's how I feel.
You would not be a good teacher.
I just feel this. I would too. I would have been engaged in the right temperament from the beginning. So, are you ready? You want to do this last one, man? You got it?
God. Yeah, all right. So,
okay.
They get Shoop back, and the students start preparing for the test, and they take it seriously. Even Jerome comes back at test time, who had gone to the bathroom the whole time because his zipper got stuck. Exam goes smoothly, despite Rhonda going into labor right after finishing. Gills reveals to Shoop that the average of the grades was below passing, so Gills is ready to follow through with his firing threat for reals. However, the parents of the students all come to Shoop's defense at the principal's office because of the students' extreme improvement, which Shoop realizes after actually looking at the scores and how much better every student did. Principal Kelvin, Francis X. McCarthy, grants Shoop tenure for his positive efforts because that is teaching. Shoop returns to the beach with his dog and Robin. He asked her to a dinner date for the last and final time. Her saying, we can talk about it over breakfast. And then they start making out on the beach, just like whatever animals would do that. Grunion. They help each other like Grunion on the beach. End of movie.
Yeah, but I love it because we get the training montage of them studying. I love those. It works as always. I love training montages.
Well, it was good too, and they had the Mind Over Matter song.
Yeah,
it worked very well.
It's really good. Worked very well. It's great. So I say I love training montages, and I have the question here: are you a lame version of Dave or Chainsaw?
Chainsaw.
Just A lame version of Chainsaw? Okay.
Yes.
I just wondered if you had a thought. Because I thought of that when I got to this part. I was like, well, wait a second. Is he just a lame version of one of these guys?
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, well, you are. Do you know Jerome was in the restroom for 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Where did he go? I wonder.
He went home. The computer made a mistake. He obviously didn't need the class. So he wasn't.
No, he did because he scored the highest.
He wasn't going to waste his time.
Yeah, he did score the highest.
Yeah,
that is pretty sad that computer effed with them. But the way grades work, one midterm or final exam should not have determined the grade for the whole year, right? I'm surprised it didn't average his grade out to where it was lower, but they just would accept the result. Because now, what if he did have good grades with everything else, and now he has a final exam with an A grade, like 93 or whatever it was?
No, because
so should he?
Here's what happened. Okay, Jerome missed all of class because he was in the bathroom throughout the year. Coming back to take his final exam to bring his grade up to passing, the computer made a mistake. That's what happened. He was in the bathroom during school too.
You think during school too? Yeah.
Either that or Matthew Broderick. Matthew Broderick was somewhere with his Macintosh changing his grade.
Yeah. He got a computer instead of a car. I know. So yeah.
That's funny too. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, okay, so
he does that twice. He does it in War Games too. Matthew Broderick. He does the grade change.
That's every
War Games and Ferris.
That's true. He does. That's like a fantasy, I guess, we all had as kids. Changing our grades with our computers that we didn't have. So, I thought Chainsaw's scream was pretty excellent. Did you?
Tension breaker had to be done. Yeah, it was good.
Was he a scream king?
I think he could have passed for one there. That was a pretty good one.
All right, okay. Now, here's what I don't get. So, Rhonda goes into labor, and she pops out a kid. Says she gave it up for adoption, and she's already up and around. And I just want to say,
hold on.
She's already.
Let me tell you something.
The same day, she's up and around.
No, it wasn't the same day. The test results didn't come the same day. No, this was after the fact. Okay.
I thought they did.
And let me tell you something else. We were at my son's baseball games. There was a family there with their newborn. At the game, she had just given birth.
How long ago?
Huh?
How long ago?
Like the week before.
Okay, that's acceptable. I was talking same day.
Because she was pregnant.
I thought it was the same day.
She was still pregnant the game before, and the next week they were there with the baby.
So yeah, that's
because weird. Women aren't pussies like you.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Exactly.
I'll say this: is a common problem in the '80s. She had the baby and gave it up for adoption. It's like they don't want to get too. It's like I don't want to get too far into it. I have it on here. I don't want to get too far into this, but it drove me nuts that in the '80s that all teen pregnancies seemed to have to end to term, and they were given up for adoption. You ever notice that? It was like it was a dirty word to say. Well, I'm going to get an abortion, you know.
Really?
Like, it seems like most 80s movies...
So
you
never watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
You never actually watched that.
You never watched The Last American Virgin?
That was one of the rare... that was one of the rare movies that dealt with it in a way that it was an emotional issue, and it was really hard. Most movies didn't deal with it that way. There's movies like for keeps. I mean, come on.
Last American Virgin.
Like, I mean, how many movies you want me? I've never watched that. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, well.
But there's a lot of movies where they would just gloss around the subject and try to make it like this fantasy land where every baby gets carried to term.
I don't think that's what they were doing.
You know, we don't have. Oh yeah, they were.
Ah, geez.
They were trying to make it because here's my conspiracy theory. I mean,
your favorite Dirty Dancing.
Oh! And what happened?
What do you mean? What happened? She had an abortion.
Well, she's not a high schooler. She's not a teenager. That's one thing I said. Teen pregnancy. I didn't say all pregnancy.
Oh, I'm sorry. She was what? 20?
Teen pregnancy. In her 20s, probably late 20s. Yeah. I look like she was 30 more, like it's a dancer. and just looking at her, looked like she's in her 30s. But yeah, she was not a teenager, not in high school. So yeah. And what happened? Ended up having really bad issues because they had to go to a back alley version of it. It was actually a tragic tale, that we're supposed to learn from. Don't do back alley abortions. Go to a real source, right? Go to a real doctor. That's what you learn from that. not, oh, we got to carry the babies to term and put it up for adoption, and then you'll still have a future. See, that's you're told that this is how you were programmed in the 80s with this wholesomeness that they wanted to fill you with. I'm telling you, it's what it is.
Okay.
In a lot of these mainstream movies, I'm telling you that it just happened, and it drove me nuts. Like, I don't know. I am. It just drove me nuts. It's all saying. It's all saying.
Okay.
Not. Yeah, I love. It's like George Carlin once said, "Not every ejaculation needs a name."
Wow.
There you go. Hey, he did. He said it, not me. But when they get into that room with the principal, right?
Yeah.
They have all those people in there. Did Pam's, is that her brother-in-law or is that a parent? I don't know. He had a glorious mullet. That blonde mullet. Did you see that?
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Would you wear a mullet? Do you want to wear a mullet? I want you to wear a mullet.
I don't really want to. I'm good.
But why don't you? Just wear one for me.
No.
And then we can get pictures of it and put it on social or something.
Why don't you wear one?
Because I wouldn't look good with one. You would. You'd look really good.
Well, that's true. Not going to do it.
See,
but that's
so
true.
I think you should get. Oh, well, fuck you. Now I'm going to say this right now. He should not have been granted tenure, and he should have been fired. He totally fucked up all along.
What the fuck, dude? He actually got them. He got them to study and learn. He probably kept that whole group of students from becoming destitute.
No, they still, a lot of them still failed, and yes, he made them improve. But the thing is he also had one of them living at his house, had one of them wreck his car.
Shut up.
Went to
arrested
with helping one with alcohol. I mean, I'm just saying a lot of inappropriate things happened, and then had a faculty relationship, which who knows if that's even appropriate. Gil shouldn't have been with Kirstie Alley, probably, let alone him. So my thing is yeah, happy endings and all, but he should have been fired. Let's get real. In the real world, he's fired, right?
You're wrong. You're just wrong.
Yeah, I like him, and I like Wonder Mud, and I like the whole vibe. I would love him to keep his job, I guess, but I know the reality is he should have been fired. I mean, it's like at McDonald's, if you're a person who makes the sandwiches, if you fuck up so many sandwiches in a row, they don't later on go, you know what, you made a few right, so we're just going to not fire you.
This is not like that at all. This is not like that at all.
To me, I feel kids are sandwiches, and he put the wrong toppings on them, so he's got to be fired for making the wrong toppings on the sandwiches.
My head actually hurts right now. Just listening to you.
Like, so you don't think he should be fired? You don't think he did anything to warrant being fired?
No, I think he should get a promotion.
Oh, right. To what, head gym teacher? He probably already is. He's not going to get promoted to teaching English like he wants.
He taught them about school and life.
Okay, but he should be fired. Okay, so we just agree to disagree on that one.
No,
now, I do like this, like you said.
I'm going to agree to being right and you being wrong. Okay.
I disagree. I think I'm right and you're wrong. That's what I'm saying. We're going to agree to disagree. Okay, so what did she say to him about the breakfast thing?
That they can discuss it over breakfast. After
she just said, yeah.
Yeah, she said we're going to fuck tonight. Or right now on the beach.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think she just said we're going to fuck.
That's after she did the lip balm. The move with the lip balm. Can I have some of that? No, I want it off your lips.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, this is going down. Yeah. And Wonder Mutt got his toy back, so everyone wins.
Yes.
Happy we ending. All win. We all win.
Happy endings for everyone.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, happy ending. I'll give you a happy ending. Okay. So, do you want to do facts?
Give me some facts.
They use the same school from Karate Kid.
Pretty badass.
Did you know that?
Pretty badass. I think I did hear that a long time ago.
Oh, okay. They have been trying to remake. Yeah.
I'd say it was something I think I read an article about, like the same schools and locations for different movies.
Yeah. So here's one for you. They have been trying to remake this for a while.
Really?
Like, reboot it. Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that though. It'd probably be one of those direct to video things. Or
I mean,
now you can make it as a streaming movie, right?
I was gonna say though, like right now, how could you remake that? You gotta teach summer school.
Yeah, they don't
through Zoom.
Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
I guess someone out there could make a clever script. I
just meant like they're trying to remake it like a COVID movie. I teach summer school and teach life lessons through Zoom.
They've been talking about it for years, so it's not like recently. Yeah. The marketing on the posters didn't paint teachers with a good light. It said, at Oceanfront High, what do they call a guy who cuts classes, hates homework, and lives for summer vacations? Teacher. So they didn't say much.
Gym teacher.
No, they just said teacher
I know.
On the advertisements, though.
I know.
So they made all teachers sound lazy and unmotivated. Pardon me. On Shoop's left hand, you can see that he has injured one of his fingers and it appears to have been smashed. This occurred when Mark Harmon had to actually put out the fire on the couch during the party scene that grew quickly out of control.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cray.
And you've already talked about Courtney Thorne-Smith. But here's the thing. The movie is notable for featuring Courtney Thorne-Smith, who became famous later on, and because of this, now gets third billing on DVD covers for the movie, whereas in the original theatrical movie posters, this was not the case. So she was not billed the same way until
that's always that's always funny to me when you see movies that have been out for a long time and how they change the covers, like the movie Leprechaun.
Yeah,
it used to be just used to be a picture of the leprechaun in like a little doorway. Now it's a tiny little thing of him with a big picture of Jeffrey Aniston on it, like different things like that. That is kind of funny how they change it to promote it.
That is, yeah, because gotta make that money. It's show business.
That's right.
In the scene where Shoop teaches his students how to write a complaint letter, some of the lyrics to the James Brown song "Papa's Got a Brand New Bag" are visible on the blackboard at the front of the classroom. This is left over from a deleted scene in which Shoop diagrams and sings the song for the class. And I guess you can find it online.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, Carl Reiner Go ahead, what?
I just said nice.
Oh, okay. I had something else to say. Carl Reiner arranged for the scene in which the students try to scare off a substitute teacher with blood effects and gory makeup on October 31st, so that the actors could wear their costumes and makeup to the Halloween parties they were attending that evening.
Perfect timing.
That's solid.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Now, here's another one that'll blow your mind. Oceanfront High was also the same school used in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Yes, that I did know. That was from that article I was reading. I told you about. Yes.
There you go.
That part of
Dean Cameron and Patrick Labordio, I don't know how to say that, would reunite 3 years later. They would reunite 3 years later for the Canadian comedy Ski School.
Oh.
So there you go. So let's go on to some six-pack. Do you have a six-pack you want to share?
I sure do.
All right, let me hit it.
The Cool Shades freebies. You talked about that. I like that scene. I just thought it was cool. Like getting a bunch of free shit. And it's funny that one pair of broken sunglasses and they send you a whole fucking case.
Hey, that's a cool company. That's a company that that went the extra mile, in my opinion.
Either that or we're sorry that your crappy pair of shades broke. Here's a box of crappy shades to compensate.
Just to compensate because we know these will break one pair a week.
Yes.
Let's see. All right. Okay, I got one for you. I like it when he explains what they learned that year in gym class. I think that's a great scene. I think, it reminds, I don't know, since we're older, it reminds me of gym class back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
It just put me right back into gym class, and you're like, yeah, that's probably what you did learn.
Yeah.
That's probably it. That's probably
if that.
All right. Are you?
Usually you didn't even learn all that.
Yeah, not even. No, you just went through. You played dodgeball. That's
you played dodgeball, and you learned you had to do the fucking pull-up test to see how many pull-ups you could do.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Are you?
The horror scene, the classroom of horror. You knew I was going to pick that.
I knew you were, because you love horror.
The new teacher comes in and everybody's all dead and shit. That was good.
Her reactions, though, were really good, though.
Yeah, they were.
Like her screaming, and she had genuinely great acting chops for that. So I respect that. Even though I'm not a horror guy, I respect it.
That was Scream Queen shit right there. And then when he eats the eyeball.
Yeah, I love that. It's good. It's good. It's great.
Good.
It's great.
Good one.
And the dude in his bed, his entrails out. He's playing with them.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. All right, here we go. I got one for you.
One thing was weird though. Sorry, I have to interrupt.
Look at you. Look at you. Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Because it's funny. The guy with the hand.
Yeah.
The dude wearing the hand. It's like, who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, yeah. He's like, he's just one of the guys that were in the class that we never talked to.
He's in the class, but he's like the only one you don't know anything about. Like, what the fuck?
There's those characters like that,
But there was nobody else.
You have them in those movies.
Nobody else in the classroom that you didn't know their whole story, and they weren't a big part of the movie. And so it's like this rando fucking dude sitting there being the hand. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, they needed one more person to complete the gag.
I know. Was it that, or did his shit get cut out, or what?
Could be. We don't know. You never know. You never know what happens with that. There could be some cut scenes that we don't see. Are you ready for mine?
I'm ready.
So, oddly enough, I'm going to say the bunny scene, the other horror thing. I just think it's... I remember when I was a kid,
the bunny scene,
being fascinated with the fact that they were able to make that happen. Like, how did you... Like, where do you get the stuff to do that? Like, to put the stuff on your face?
Latex.
I know, but I assume you have to... It takes real skill to pour it and make it look right. And, like, there's some real skill involved with what they're doing.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe? Okay.
You never seen...
Are you ready?
Have you ever seen my Freddy Krueger costume from a couple years ago?
Yeah, you showed me.
Yeah, I did that shit. I went to town on that.
Yeah, but yours isn't attached to your face, like molded into it. And
yes,
it
was.
Looks like the skin's pulling off.
No,
was it? I thought it was just a mask.
No, it was not a mask. The whole front, down like to my nose, was a prosthetic piece that I glued on, painted it, but then the rest of my face, I had to take like little tear up wads of tissue and glue them to my face to make it look like burnt skin, and then paint that.
So here's the thing. This is what, the year 2020 you're talking about doing that or something like that?
It would have been.
That's 1987.
I'm just telling you, it's the same
come on.
thing. And I did it myself, and it looks badass.
You know what? You with toilet paper on your face, I'm sure it looks like ass. I mean, badass.
Fuck you. We'll put it up on the website and let people vote.
Yeah, maybe. Are you ready for my next one?
There was a costume contest, and I won that motherfucker running away. I'm ready.
I would say you did. You probably did, and you probably deserved it. Okay, here we go.
All right, I'm ready. All right, my last one. Wonder Mutt finds Bob at the end.
Wonder Mutt finds Bob?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Great.
No, that is great.
That poor dog.
It was great. I think that Wonder Mutt was, like I said, one of my favorite dog names ever, and it's a cool dog. That's all I'm going to say. And it may be because I had a German Shepherd when I was a kid. Maybe I see my doggy in there somewhere. That's probably what it is. Maybe. I love that. Now, I'm going to throw a couple out here real quick, just to tell you a couple. Another of my favorite scenes are Jerome returning from the bathroom and scoring over 90%. That's pretty
91.
Clutch. Chocodiles.
Chocodiles.
And Hawaiian shirts. I think
hell yes.
Those are things that are pretty awesome in the movie.
They are.
So, we have spoken too long about this movie, so I need you to rate it after I hit the ratings thing, okay?
We gotta do generic, dickhead.
Oh, do we? I don't know. Did I have one?
Jesus Christ.
I may not have. See. Oh, no, I got one. I've got it. I got it.
Do you know the concept of show structure?
You know what I think?
It's the stuff we do every time.
When you have the ability to hit the buttons and do the things I do over here, you could call yourself producer.
If I had the ability to do that, the show would sound a hell of a lot better. Because it would be on time.
Fuck you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
All right. My generic moment. Goobers.
What? Goober? Like him eating the goober with the dog?
Letting the dog lick the peanut butter and then sticking it in his mouth is fucking disgusting. Ugh.
That's because you want him to do something else with it.
That's just fucking... shit.
Fuck. I did that just to fuck with you.
I know you did. I know.
Don't get triggered. But no, you're right. I wouldn't do that either, and I found it disgusting. But it wasn't my generic.
Okay.
It wasn't my generic. All right, here we go. For me, it was Shoop being at the male strip club. You tell me that it's to pick up chicks, but I find it totally weird. And it's not a homophobic reason other than he doesn't seem like a guy he seems like a guy who'd be smart enough to know that the girls are not there to see him. They're there to see the people on the stage, so why would you even... Now, he's a good-looking guy, so if he can somehow attract them, that's different. But
no,
I don't get it.
He's smart enough to know they're going to get all hot and worked up, and they're not going to get those guys on stage, so they're going to go with whoever's there. At least in theory.
He needs to sit at the bar and wait for them to come to him. He needs to sit at the bar and just look hot and wait for them to come to him. Then.
He was a little over anxious.
I'm a Playgirl writer. Come with me. Yeah, right. Are you ready, man?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right. I'll go first. Before you get into your diatribe and think you're a movie critic and give your whole fucking review, I'm going to say I love this movie. It's entertaining. It's one I've watched many times growing up. That's partly why I like it, just from my youths. But it's a simple storyline to it, but I think you get a lot out of it, and you get, the whole concept of a teacher teaching beyond the classroom, which I appreciate. You view it differently. I I because you think he should be fired and in jail for some shit. That's fine. But I really good cast, good movie, just entertaining. It's a fun watch. I enjoy it, and it's something I would, I can watch whenever, and it's entertaining. As far as teen comedies in that kind of vein, I really love this one. I think it's underrated, but for me, I really, really enjoy it. I'm going to give it 18 cans.
Woo!
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
Blow the doors off that one.
All right. Woo. All right. So, I'm not going to go into a diatribe like he just did because he takes so long when he does his.
Fuck you, Sideways.
I will say it, maybe. I have seen this movie many times, and it, just like he says, it always entertains me. Never mind the underage drinking, inappropriate teacher-student relationships, and implausibility of the whole thing. I enjoy it, especially when we see the Chocodiles. I used to wish I went to a school on the beach, probably because I watched this movie and thought, man, that'd be fucking awesome.
Probably.
Anyways, it's not a tour de force of a movie. Like, it's not one of the greats of all time, but it is underrated, and I really like it. I'm not quite as heavy as you are on the score, but I gave it a score just to fuck with you of 15.64 cans.
You fuckhole.
So there you go.
God. 6. What the fuck, dude? We got to ban that decimal shit. Jesus. That's so dumb. Why? I can't believe you didn't do 0.69. You can't even do the decimal.
No, I won't.
Anyway, you know what your Chocodile is to me, though? in the movie?
What is it?
How you like the crocodiles? That's your like one little thing in the movie. That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
My thing in it is the fish pot holder.
Oh yeah, that's so cool too.
It is. I'm like, I want one of those.
That is cool. So I want to give our total score rating for this movie is 16.82 movie. That means it's a good movie. Not the greatest of all time, but pretty good. Pretty good. You should watch it.
Very good.
I mean, it's not Tokyo Drift or anything, but
Thank God.
When does Tokyo Drift? Yeah, that should have been out already, I guess. I can never remember when we're releasing things.
Yeah, I apologize again for doing that movie. It wasn't by choice.
Why?
Because it's a shit movie.
Why?
We already talked about why.
Tokyo Drift.
There's a whole
franchise, and
there's a whole episode already released discussing why it's shit.
Listened to it. It's great. It has some qualities that are excellent, but it sucks. But so, anyways, do you have anything you want to say to let us end this one?
So much, but no. Thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate it. Check us out, sodapopcultureclub.com, or just Google that. Listen to us anywhere you find podcasts. Follow us, Facebook, Twitter. What's the other ones? Instagram.
Oh, dude, we're on Instagram. We use a lot more than everything else. So
right.
If you go to @MikeandAnthony on Instagram, that's really good.
Farmers Only, 2 Girls, 1 Cup, and
no 2 girls. No 2 girls.
4 Brothers, 1 Mug. I don't know.
I don't even want to know. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Just check us out. Follow us. Leave a comment. Let us know anything you'd like us to review, and we will happily take a look at that. And don't forget about the contest. Yeah. And I love you all.
That is some sloppy shit. You guys have a great day. Enjoy summer.
Bye-bye.
And hopefully no school, right?
Yeah.